What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about Brock Bowers and his injury situation and the timeline he's expected to come back and how I think this will affect the Georgia Bulldogs. But we all know Brock Bowers, he had a high ankle sprain and he's already had his tightrope surgery on yesterday. But I was looking at Paul Feinbaum and this guy named Rusty Manziel from Dogs HQ was talking about Brock Bowers and how he's already talking about, coming back and how Brock Bowers, he could call it quits right now. And, he would still be a top 10, top 5, possibly a top 3 draft pick because he is the best tight end in all of college football, hands down. No other tight end is giving their team the production that Brock Bowers has given the Georgia Bulldogs. Brock Bowers, he can give it to him in the passing game and the run game. So he's a real threat on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Jesus, the guy is a stud. But for now, he's out, and the Georgia Bulldogs got to move on without him. And, they saying he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. I'm looking at the 4 weeks, and he'll be back. That's just me. And like this guy, Rusty Manziel, said from Dogs HQ, he's trying to make it back by the 4th week. And he's going to be real aggressive in his rehab to try to get back. Okay. And that'll be the week of the Tennessee game. He'll be back practicing the Monday before the Tennessee game. And guess what? I hope he is back the Monday before the Tennessee game. So he can help his teammates beat the hell out of Tennessee. And that would make me happy. You damn right it'll make me happy, Tennessee fans, because I'm tired of y'all all damn ready. My Alabama Crystal Tide going to handle y'all first, and then we'll hand you over to the Georgia Bulldogs so they can go ahead and finish you off, okay? But anyway, this ain't about that. but yeah, Brock Bowers, best player on the team, bar none, best player on the team. I think he's been the best offensive threat 2022 and 2023. And he was a threat also in 2021 as a daggone freshman. Ever since this dude stepped foot on the daggone football field for those Georgia Bulldogs, he's basically been unstoppable. I'm going to tell you that now. He's basically been unstoppable. I ain't going to say he was the best player on the team in 2021, but I think he was the best offensive player in 22 and 23. I know that for a fact. But anyway, Georgia, they've been dealing with a lot of injuries, especially at the running back position. And now they got to deal with this injury. And it's going to affect them, I think. Will it affect their chances of getting to the SEC championship or going to the playoff or even three-peating? I think it'll make it harder. That's just me. Because if you look at it, I looked at Brock Bowers' stats. Brock Bowers, he's got, let's just say he's the leading receiver. He's the leading receiver on the team. He got 567 yards receiving and 4 receiving touchdowns. He also got a rushing touchdown also, but a total of 5 touchdowns. But he's got 567 yards receiving. The second leading receiver, which is Roseman Jack Saint, got 333 yards receiving. So that is a lot. That is about it's like 300 more yards. Matter of fact, 311 more yards than the next leading receiver that Brock Bowers has. That is a lot of receiving yardage. Okay, so they are going to miss that. That's 311 yards more than the second leading receiver. Yeah, they are going to miss that. Brock Bowers is going to be hard to replace. They can try to compensate for it, but I don't give a damn who you put in the game. Nobody can replace Brock Bowers. I don't care how many guys you rotate. You won't be able to replace Brock Bowers. Now, some Bulldog fans saying they'll be fine without him. You may very well might be. But you dang sure ain't going to be the same without Brock Bowers. I'm going to tell you that now. And I don't understand. Y'all say he's the best player in college football. So how can you be fine without the best player in college football. All right, I think you can navigate where you got a bye week this week, so you'll have 3 games coming up after this bye week. Okay, you got Florida next, then you got Missouri, I believe Florida, Missouri, and Ole Miss. So that's 3 tough games, without the best player. If you get in a game like you did with Auburn, I think you'll lose because Brock Bowers is not there. But next man up. That's all I can say, man. Somebody got to step up. I mean, you brought in Ra Thomas and Dominic Lovett. I'm sure you didn't bring them in for nothing. So it's time for those 2 guys to step up. And then you got, Oscar Delp. I think he's going to be a pretty good tight end for y'all next season. So he's just going to have to step up a little bit early. Good thing, you got Dejon Edwards back. He's doing his thing in the running game. And you got Ladd McConkey back. So guess what? It's time to use the hell out of Ladd McConkey too. You got 3 damn good wide receivers in Ra Thomas, Dominic Lovett, and McConkey. And then, Carson Beck proved that he can move this offense. He can drive this offense down the field. So, but Brock Bowers being out, that's going to be hard to overcome, in my opinion, even though you got some players that were injured that then came back. So that's just my opinion, because Brock Bowers require a lot of attention from the defense, and now he's not there no more. And Brock Bowers being on the field, it requires a lot of attention. That way, other guys can get involved and step up. And now Brock Bowers is not there. The defense can pay more attention to these other guys, and at least until somebody else show that they can do what Brock Bowers can do. And I don't see nobody on the offensive side of the ball for Georgia who can do that. Now, they do got some great players. They got a lot of 4 and 5 stars. I can say that. But I don't think they got nobody, I mean absolutely nobody, like Brock Bowers. I'm just putting it out there. He is the best player by far on the Georgia Bulldog team. He is the best tight end by far in the country. And you just can't, replace that. How you going to compensate for it? You can, but I don't know how you're going to do it. But guess what? Kirby Smart, he ain't no damn dummy. I'm sure he's going to figure something out. I'm sure of that. Even though he's a defensive guru, I'm sure he's going to figure something out. And do I expect them to lose against Florida? No, I don't. I don't expect them to lose against Florida, because I think that run game can run wild on Florida just like Kentucky's did. All right, you got Kendall Milton back. You got Dejon Edwards. You can continue to put Bell at running back and run all over Florida like Kentucky did. Missouri, that might be a different story. All right, I think Missouri going to play them tough. But I think Georgia will come out with the win. I know I said, Missouri going to beat Florida, but I don't really believe that. But since Brock Bowers is out, I think they'll have a tougher time getting this win, but I do think they can get it. Ole Miss, I've been saying they're going to lose to Ole Miss since the daggone offseason. I still believe it, even though it's Pete Golding. I still believe it. And it should be a whole lot easier on Pete Golding now that Brock Bowers won't be there. But Tennessee, hopefully he'll be back for Tennessee, and hopefully y'all Georgia Bulldogs beat the brakes off these Tennessee Volunteers. I truly hope Brock Bowers is back. And if we in the SEC championship against Georgia, I do want Brock Bowers to play, because guess what? I don't want to hear it when my Alabama Crimson Tide do what they got to do and win the SEC championship. That's if we can get there, because we got a tough game this week against daggone Tennessee, and we could probably have a tough game against LSU. Even though their defense sucked, they seem to think their defense is back for some reason. I mean, it was Auburn. But anyway, and if you look, some Georgia fans say, well, Brock Bowers only had 22 yards against Vandy. Okay, it's Vandy. Come on now. But if you look against UAB, 9 catches, 121 yards, against Auburn, 8 catches for 157 yards, even though most of those catches was in the fourth quarter. All right. But you just can't make up 8 catches for 157 yards. And you can't make up 9 catches for 121 yards. And against UT Martin, first game, he was the leading receiver with 5 receptions for 5 receptions for 77 yards. But he only had 1 catch for 3 yards against Ball State, 7 catch for 54 yards against South Carolina. So, but yeah, you just can't replace a Brock Bowers. I think they're gonna, it's gonna be more difficult. And if any Georgia fan think it ain't gonna be more difficult, you done lost your damn mind. Cause like I said, and he is the best player on the team. All right. Now I do hope he come back after the 4 weeks. All right. Tua did it. Tua came back after like 27 days or some shit like that. But the thing about it, Tua was a quarterback. He ain't have to do a lot of running and planting and shit like that. So we'll see how this affect Brock Bowers when he come back. I'm sure if he come back after the 4 weeks, it won't be 100%. But he'll be on the field taking up that attention. And even though he might not be 100%, he's still a threat to bust your defense wide open. I'm going to tell you that right now. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Brock Bowers and my thoughts on how it'll affect Georgia. Not saying they won't, win out. Not saying they won't make it to the SEC championship or the national championship or repeat. I'm just saying through these, I'm going to say the next 3 games, it'll be difficult for them. That's all. But they still can daggone win. They done won 24 straight, and all of them one blowout. Some of them they had to find a way to win, and they have done it. So I think they can continue to do that. Those are just my thoughts, and give me your thoughts in the comment section. Roll damn Tide.